Oh my goodness.
He doesn't have, a self-defense claim, and, that's why he's going to prison.
What's going on, y'all? About to take a look at the non-amazing Dusty. Apparently, he's really upset about Black conservative perspective, and he's going crazy. This is wild as heck. Don't forget to hit the like button, also drop some comments, and hit the hype button. Now let's get into it. See what the amazing Bottom has to say.
It's nothing more than a minstrel show. Now, speaking of low IQ, this brings us to Black conservative perspective, also known as Greg Foreman. Now, I don't have anything against, transgenders such as Greg allegedly, and I don't have anything against dwarfs. That being said, I do have something against liars.
Corny. Super corny. You should have something against not washing that hat. All the dust particles that be on there, the booger sugar. Yeah, you should have something against that. That need to be in the laundry ASAP. Like, it makes no sense why that hat is like that. Fam. Also don't make no sense why you just hate Black people who happen to be conservative, especially if they're doing better than you. Yeah, that is odd as hell. But that's Lucas. The non-amazing Dusty is very bitter and jealous and envious. All of these things combined. The two shirt wearing ass.
That's what I do have something against, is people who just lie. Now, when it comes to, conservative slop, which is what he produces, it's very cursory understanding of political arena. It's very much, Democrats bad, Republicans good. That's how it boils down when it comes to this slop. And, the low IQ white ignorants, they eat it up. That's what they've grown accustomed to. That's what they've been conditioned via Fox News and all the other right-wing outlets. That's what they love. Very simple, small words, small words, not too fast, and a clear villain and a clear hero. Nevertheless, this leads us to his recent video where he tries to say that I'm melting down over being lied to. Now, he starts off by clearly having a misunderstanding of why Carmelo Anthony has a case for self-defense.
Damn, you were melting down. That's exactly what you were doing. You were having the illest meltdown of 2026. What do you mean? Yeah, that was you. Crying over Carmelo Anthony's parents. I was like, I don't understand why they wouldn't, because they're grifting. Either you're just ignorant or you are purposely being ignorant because you down with the grift too as well. I think you could be both. I think 100% you are pushing these false narratives and propaganda to a lot of woke people, just giving them a bunch of bullcrap, feeding them that trash, manja, 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 manja. They just eating it up. And I also do think that you are literally a nincompoop. So you might not know any better. Yeah, I do believe both of those could be true.
For self-defense.
Despite defending Carmelo Anthony in ways that are illogical, he circles the truth, right? About this whole situation, which is that Carmelo Anthony is a cold-blooded murderer. Okay, and he does not have a strong self-defense case, which is why he lost, which is why he was convicted. There is no explanation for what Carmelo did.
Because you have to understand, when it comes to, the low IQ Neanderthal mindset, which is who he produces content for, it's very much Black person bad, white person good. So in this context, Black person, such as Carmelo Anthony, saying that he has self-defense, well, that's beyond their comprehension. So that leads, conservative perspective to put out slop, but you say,
he doesn't have, a self-defense claim, and, that's why he's going to prison.
Crazy part, that's how amazing Luca's mom sounds. And it would explain a lot, actually. Explain a whole lot. And Carmelo Anthony did not have a proper self-defense claim. I love how people are ignoring this damn video that was released that debunks all the self-defense claims that they were talking about. These woke people going crazy. Oh, self-defense. And now they're just willingly being ignorant. That's insane. But once again, I'm not surprised. Play the nasty song for all these wokies. That's why I like to call them wokies.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam. You nasty fam. Yeah, you know your name.
And now you sit there using this as an excuse to talk about someone you're already obsessed with. Black conservative perspective. Stop hating on him, man. Stop hating on Greg. He killing it out here in these streets while you sit there and cry all day and just be wrong.
That's why he's going to prison.
The issue that I've had since day one, really, has been with the poor display, the poor representation of his counsel. Mike Howard, where he brings up 6 witnesses, one of them defects. How'd you allow that to happen? You didn't prep your witness, where the prosecution brings out 21 witnesses. So there's a litany of things that I have disagreed with, that even actual attorneys have disagreed with in his handling of the case. Once again, that takes a little more, IQ to understand, the devil's in the details. The superficial understanding is,
Well, he's guilty. That means he did it.
and that's what his, low IQ, white ignorant base wants to hear, especially when it comes to a black person.
He is guilty. He did do it. What? This has nothing to do with race. Why do you keep trying to make this a race thing? He is guilty. He did do it. There's nothing more to this. Wow. The non-amazing Dusty. Telling you, man, stop hitting that booger sugar before you start your live streams and YouTube videos. It's coming off crazy.
That being said, we then go into the most egregious take of his, slop video. And that is trying to portray Carmelo Anthony as like this monster. He tries to say, oh yeah, he's low impulse control. He wasn't very smart. And that's why his parents were trying to get rid of him.
My conspiracy theory is that they wanted to get rid of Carmelo. That Carmelo is a problem child, that he has anger management issues. He's not that smart, right? And they wanted to get rid of him.
Fam. You really have to go to school to get this stupid, right? There has to be a stupid school that he enlisted in and graduated with honors to come up with such a low IQ, anti-black conspiracy theory. Because first and foremost, let's go over the theories that they've ran out, just as they did with, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, all of the theories. So when it comes to Carmelo Anthony, they wasted the money. This money is all a grip.
You're starting to finally figure it out, right? That you've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray, run amok, that this family is grifting off of their son, right?
I want you to think about how much of a Sambo soldier you have to be to think of black people so low. This transgender dwarf thinks so low of black people that he believes that his parents, his own parents, are exploiting him for money. For what? How much you ask? $600K.
So we gonna pretend like $600K is not a lot? We gonna pretend like this hasn't happened before? Like a lot of woke activists haven't went crazy trying to act like they're standing up for rights when it really was raising funds for themselves so they could buy mansions and stuff. I don't think it's a far reach to say, hey, I don't believe they care about them as much. You yourself was befuddled and confused to why certain lawyers couldn't be obtained. But now, because a conservative says it, he must be lying. He must be going crazy. Wow. Yeah, this is super corny, bro. Real corny. Of course, you wasn't going to actually respond with something real when it came to his criticism. You wasn't going to give anything that had common sense, right? That took anything more than 2 brain cells together. Nah, who's going to come with the same bull crap?
$600K. Now, in this economy, thanks to Trump, $600K is nothing, right? So the last thing you're going to do is use your kid who is facing, murder charges, who is claiming self-defense, put them through trial for $600K. But I want you to understand, in the minds of a Sambo soldier, that makes sense, right? Because then they're like,
Oh yeah, why wouldn't they do that? Okay, because black people are bad. Okay, black people don't like that.
and that mindset is, of course, reinforced by their low IQ audience, right? It's stupid begetting stupid. It's a vicious cycle.
You got some nerve. Like, I know you ain't calling nobody low IQ. The way you walking around here, not knowing a damn thing. Lucas is insane, bro. I really don't believe he came on here doing this, but it does make sense when you've seen his history. Lucas don't ever make sense personally, but that's just my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Hit the like button and the hype button if you're able to, and watch more videos. I try to do videos every day, so see if you missed any. Really does help out a lot. Carmelo Anthony deserves more time. You need more time in jail. Personally, in my own opinion.